after completion of energy production in living organisms. Let me go to the next part, that is cell division. Okay. Among the various life processes, as energy production is an important life process, the same way cell division is also an important life process. Actually, cell division is as important, also it is an essential life process. Essential, it is needed for all of the living organisms. Okay. Now, before going for the cell division process, let me recall some memory from the last years. Okay, there are some questions given in your book for can you recall. Let me take the answers, or let me discuss on that part first. The first question is that what happens to the cells of injured tissue? Whenever you get an injury to any part of your skin or hand or legs or whatever part or the skin, what happens? After injury, the cells and tissues get damaged, the blood vessels get broken and the blood starts oozing out. Okay. At the site of injury, the area sometimes get inflamed, and if the injury is in is of very minor case, then it get restored itself. Means the skin restores within 1 or 2 days itself. The skin starts clotting the blood there, and it will form the new skin within few days. Now how does the new skin comes there? Okay, that new skin comes by the process of cell division. So after 1 or 2 days at the site of injury, the surrounding cells get started dividing themselves, and that all injury get reformed or restored within 1 or 2 days. How does this happen? How does the new skin comes there? It is by the process of cell division. So it is called as an essential life process. The next question is whether new cells are formed during healing of the wound. Yes, of course. At the site of wound, surrounding the site of wound, the surrounding cells starts dividing themselves, and it will form the new skin there. The next question is that do the plants get injured when we pluck the flowers? How are those wounds get healed? Okay. In earlier studies, it was assumed that plants do not have nervous system, so they do not have sensation. But nowadays, it is proved that the plants are having the sensation. Yes, of course, when we pluck the flowers, they get somewhat amount of sensation there. Some cells get damaged there, and it will recover themselves once again by the process called as cell division. Okay. Next question is how does the growth of any living organism occur? Does the number of cells in their body increases? If yes, how? Okay, the first question is that how does the growth of any living organisms occur? The growth of any living organism occur due to increase in their cell number. Then how this cell number increases? That cell number increases by the process of cell division. Okay, thus the cell division is necessary for growth and healing of any part of the body. Next question is that how the new individual of a species is formed from existing one of the same species. Means how the new individual is born. In simple, the question is that how the new individual is born. Once again, there is the name that the process reproduction. By the process of reproduction, the existing individual can form the new individual. And how that occur? That also occurs by the process of cell division. Okay, during reproduction, the gametes divide themselves. The gametes starts dividing themselves and form the new cells. The reproduction is of two types: asexual method of reproduction and sexual method of reproduction. In asexual method of reproduction, the new individual forms by the process of cell division by simply. In a sexual mode of reproduction, first the gametes are formed by the process of meiosis, and then mitosis occurs. Okay, now what is meiosis and mitosis? Meiosis and mitosis are the types of cell division. So this is the basic general information about how cell division is an important life process. Okay, now next, what is the significance of cell division, or what is the importance of cell division? Due to cell division, new organism is formed from the existing one. In multicellular organisms, growth is dependent on cell division only. Cell division is an essential process for restoration of emaciated body. Cell division is useful for wound healing and for formation of blood cells, as it is an important life process. Hence, cell division is called as an important life process for all the cells and the organisms. Now, which are the two types of cell division? The two types of cell division are mitosis and meiosis. Now, we will go for the detailed study of mitosis and meiosis. Now, before going to understand cell division, we have to understand what is chromosome. Okay, what is chromosome? Chromosome is a genetic material. Where is chromosome present? Chromosome is present inside the cell. You all know the structure of cell. The cell is having the cytoplasm. Inside that cytoplasm there is a nucleus. Inside the nucleus there is a jelly material, nucleoplasm, and in that nucleoplasm we can observe the thread-like small structures. These thread-like, extensively coiled thread-like small structures, okay, which are invisible to normal eye. Those structures are called as the chromosomes. Now, how the chromosomes are made? The chromosomes are made by DNA. DNA, which carries the genetic material or which carries the genes. There is an extensive coiling of DNA, and that coiling makes this shaped part, and that shape we call it as chromosome. In short, we can say that chromosome is a DNA molecule with genetic material in it. Chromosomes are present in nucleus of cell. Now, what is the function of this chromosome? These chromosomes are responsible for transmission of hereditary characters. When we can see them normally with the normal eyes, we cannot see these chromosomes, but we can observe the chromosomes at the time of cell division only, because during cell division these chromosomes get short and thickened. So prominently we can see them at the time of cell division. These are like the rod or this type shaped with the primary construction, or centromere at the central part. Okay, these are the arms of chromosome. These two are the upper arms and these two are the lower arms of chromosome. The upper arms are called as a P arm of chromosome. The lower arm is called as a Q arm of chromosome, and both the P arm and Q arm are joined with a circular part. That part is called as a centromere. And finally, this is shown that DNA get coiled itself in the shape of this, and that shape we call it as chromosome. So this is the information of chromosome. Now, why we have to understand the chromosome? Because actually when the cell division occurs, this chromosome starts dividing. These chromosomes first start dividing, and then the whole process of cell division completes after the cell chromosome division. Okay, let me take the next part. So students, now we will understand the types of cell division. There are two types of cell division. One is mitosis and the second is meiosis. So first we will go to study mitosis in detail. Now, what is mitosis? Mitosis is a type of cell division in which mother cell gives rise to two daughter cells with the same chromosome number. Okay, here the diagram shows you how the mother cell having the 2n chromosome number divides into two separate cells with the 2n number. Okay, and these two separate cells are now called as daughter cells, as these daughter cells are like to or similar to the mother cell with, as a chromosome number here is 2n. Here in the daughter cell also the chromosome number in both there is a 2n and 2n. So we can say that the daughter cells in mitosis are similar to mother cell. Okay. Now, which are the types of these mitosis? Which are the stages of what are the stages of mitosis? Mitosis takes place in two stages. The first stage is karyokinesis and the second stage is cytokinesis. Karyokinesis. Karyokinesis, it is the first step in which initially the nuclear division starts. Means the mother cell's nucleus divides into two parts. Okay, that happens here in the karyokinesis. The karyokinesis takes place in four different stages: prophase, metaphase, telophase and anaphase. That we will discuss afterwards. Okay, and then the second stage of mitosis is cytokinesis. Cytokinesis means the cytoplasmic division. Means initially when the mitosis division starts, mitosis type of cell division starts, initially the karyokinesis takes place, in which the nucleus, single nucleus divides into two nucleus, and then the cytokinesis occurs, which is followed by nuclear division, which is followed by cytoplasmic division. So we will go in detail now. So here we start to understand what is the karyokinesis stage. As I told you, karyokinesis occurs through four stages. The first phase is prophase, second is metaphase, third is anaphase, fourth is telophase. Among that, the first phase of karyokinesis, the first stage or first phase, that is prophase, is shown in the diagram here. Okay. Before that, we will see what is the significance of mitosis. Mitosis is essential for growth of the body. Mitosis is essential for wound healing. Mitosis is useful for restoration of emaciated body, and it is useful for formation of new blood cells. Now we will go for the stages here in detail. What is prophase? Here the diagram prominently shows you, this is the cell. Okay, the cell, then inside that cell there is a cytoplasm. As you know, this is the nucleus part. Inside the nucleus we can observe the chromosomes. Okay, and this is the centrosome. Okay, basically in the single cell, these all diagrams we can observe, but we can never observe the chromosomes at the normal side. But when the cell is going to divide, that means the process of cell division is started. At that time only we can observe the chromosomes, as the chromosomes here become short and thick. Now what happens in the prophase phase? Here the nucleus and nuclear membrane start to disappear. Means they are going to vanish. Nuclear membrane is going to vanish. The nucleus is also going to vanish there. They are starting to get disappearing. Okay, here the condensation of chromosomes begins. We can see, we can observe the short and thick and dark colored chromosomes here. Here formation of sister chromatids, means the single chromosome is starting to divide. Formation of sister chromatids is also started here. Okay, the centrosome gets divided into two parts, and the spindle fibers are started to form in cytoplasm. The centrioles also, after some time, the centrioles also start duplicating. So this is the first phase, prophase. Now we will see the second stage of karyokinesis. That name is metaphase. Second stage of karyokinesis is metaphase. Now what happens in this metaphase? Actually the whole nucleus, this is the cell, the whole nucleus and nuclear membrane inside the cell totally disappears. The chromosomes, single chromosomes splitted along with the sister chromatids, both the sister, this and this, both the sister chromatids, all the sister chromatids get aligned on the equatorial plane of the cell. The spindle fibers attach from the centriole to the chromosome, and here we can observe the centromere. Okay, the spindles attach, this spindle fiber attach between the centriole and centromere here. Okay, or the chromosome, centromere of the chromosome. This is the metaphase. Now we will see the third stage of karyokinesis, which is called as the anaphase. What happens in this anaphase? In this anaphase, the centromere splits. See here the centromere splitted, and the sister chromatids get separated. Because of splitting of this centromere, the sister chromatids get separated. Now these sister chromatids are now called as the daughter chromatids or daughter chromosomes. they are pulled away from each other towards the opposite poles, which are get attached perfectly to the spindle fibers. Now, the daughter chromosomes look like the bunch of bananas. Thus, the daughter chromosomes separate and forms separate set of chromosomes at the opposite poles. This is the anaphase. In this phase, we can observe that the single set of chromosome is divided into two set of chromosomes. Means in the first phase, that is in prophase, we observe only 4 chromosomes. Now here we are observing 8 daughter chromosomes. Now this is the fourth stage of karyokinesis. The name is telophase. In the telophase stage, the both nucleus reappears, spindle fibers get completely disappear, 2 daughter nuclei are formed here. Nuclear membrane and nuclear envelope also reappears here. Now the chromosomes once again start to decondense and they become thread-like invisible. And in this telophase stage, the karyokinesis, in this cytokinesis stage, the two daughter cells now start get separating. The cleavage furrow is formed that separates the two daughter cells apart from each other. In animal cell, a notch is formed in between the two daughter cells and the cells get separated. And in plant cell, a cell plate is formed in between the two daughter cells which separates the two cells. So here the mitosis stage ends.